I greet everybody from many, many countries, and I'm very happy to learn there are 1,200 registered person coming here to participate in this very important and very interesting webinar. FCI is a worldwide dog-related organization in 100 countries in 5 continents, as you know. Everybody who followed what happened in the last few years within the FCI and the dog world, they know we tried and we did change the narratives lately in the last few years. And we started to get connected to political decision makers, animal welfare organizations, and we want our voice to be heard. And actually, so far, it's very successful. It's one of the reasons we decided to have this topic in an FCI webinar like the puppy trade in Europe, because we are having good personal connection with experts in this field in the European high level to help us to understand and to make the necessary steps to avoid. Basically, what we don't want. What we don't want is the mass production and irresponsible production of unpredictable dogs, because it hurts the dogs, hurts the society, and also hurts the breeder, of course, because of many good reasons. It's always a discussion. What is the breeder? What is a commercial breeder or puppy farmer? I always make it a comparison like a breeder is the one who using external expert opinion in the breeding program about the anatomy of the dogs, about the temperament. Temperament is getting even more important, in my opinion, than the outlook of the dog. And also health tests. The irresponsible puppy farmers, commercial breeders, I don't like to call them breeder. They don't do this. They put a nice picture next to a puppy, a nice flower, and try to sell the puppies in this way. Also, what made a breeder? There are 2 decisions what makes a breeder a breeder. The first is what male and female should be put together to preserve the breed. That's the target. And the second, evenly important choice, to choose the right owner to the right puppy. I think everyone who wants to have or to buy a puppy has to meet with the breeder, has to meet with the mother of the puppy, because I always went there when in my breeding program when I had a new puppy. I always went there. I wanted to see the mother. I wanted to see the condition of the mother, the health of the mother, the environment, what way this puppy was socialized in the first 10, 12 weeks, because this is a very important period of the life of a puppy about socializing. So if the socializing was missing in this age, that's very difficult. I'm not talking about the shelters and the adoption now, because this is a different matter. This is everything related to this is very important, but only a side effect of a bad breeding program or the irresponsible puppy trading. I think every single animal welfare program related to dogs starts with a good breeding program. That's why 4 years ago, we started to have a very intense cooperation and partnership with some good animal welfare organization. In the beginning, everybody said, or a lot of people said, oh my God, why to get them involved? Because we involved the good ones, because we have common interest, and we are working based on this common interest. And it's one of the reasons why we have this webinar, because we ask European Commission experts and also animal welfare organization experts to help us to work together, especially now because, as you know, there is legislation is on the procedure about dogs and cat breeding. And also, we had a written opinion about it. We sent a lot of material. What's the situation now? What I can call illegal puppy trade. When I buy a dog because I need a dog in my breeding program, and I'm going there and I take the puppy, this is not an illegal puppy trading. But when I produce a whole litter or many litters and I send them somewhere, even without knowing who will be the owner, and I use somebody in between the breeder and the owner to have the puppies and to keep them, this is puppy trading, even so without registration, without control. Now I know even some veterinarians are involved because those dogs somehow get those necessary papers to change the country and to travel in a truck together, which is a very sad part of the story, I have to tell you. After a breeder choose the parents and choose the right owner to the puppy, then it's a minimum chance this dog will be ever abandoned in its life, because then it's the right match. Why anybody want to buy a dog? First, maybe working with them, but those numbers are getting smaller and smaller, but still exist. And having a companion. This is a new function of the dogs. It was not a primary function 100 years ago, but now to avoid loneliness, depress, frustration in the society when people are, many people living alone and need and a living entity next to them, making them waking up in the morning, a reason to wake up in the morning. These are those reasons we buy a dog. So we have to consider it when we produce the dog and we decide how to do it. I would like to welcome you again. And I think the FCI office and also Attila and Wenke made a program very interesting, even interesting for me who know a lot about it, because the stakeholders are real expert and they are digging deep in all this subject. Please enjoy this afternoon, and I'm going to stay with you all the way along. Thank you. May I say one more word?
Of course.
Because not everybody knows it. We made a statistic first last year to understand what the breeders produced is how big part of the whole dog population is or small. And in Europe, the average percentage of the pedigree dogs are 14%, 1-4. In some countries, it's only 5%, and in some other countries, almost 60%. Mostly the Scandinavian countries, they have a very high percentage of pedigree dogs. And it's important to know, because whatever happens, mostly bad things related to dogs, everybody start to blame the breeders because they are visible. You can name them, and they produce 14% of the dogs. 86% produced somehow a different way. Okay, there are some accidents on the street causing puppies, but the big mass of dogs produced by someone with a reason, and that we are talking about this huge percentage because we feel we are responsible, even if it's not our business directly, but it is our business indirectly. Thank you.